Hey guys, Knitting Crochet and Bill Cipher here, and today I am reading stories that I made they're basically just scary Pokemon stories, and if you've seen my Instagram, you know what they're about, and this is just a read-through on them. So without further ado, let's get started on the first one. Short number 1, Shiinotic screams. Tepig, Tepig, your newly hatched Pokemon squeaked. You were feeding it a Pokepuff you had just made for newborn Pokemon. It must have enjoyed it. Your Tepig, full of energy, began sprinting all around the house. It surely was energetic for a few days old. He was so sweet, too. It would be a shame if something bad had happened to it. But you tried not to think of that. You petted your Lycanroc while Tepig came to a halt by the forest's entrance. Is the lush jungle interesting to you, Tepig? You cooed, but Tepig didn't budge. He looked deep into the forest. Tricolored lights emerged from thick trees and grass, headed for the fire Pokemon. It circled the young monster, then penetrated its body. Tepig's eyes turned white as you screamed its name. He ran into the forest with full force as you kicked up the sand behind you, grabbed your backpack, and ran after it. Eventually, you lost your precious newborn pet. Worried, you entered the restricted part of the lush jungle. Almost instantly, small blue dots of light floated out from the bushes. You heard some screams of children at first, but they quickly faded out of range. You began to feel drowsy, but kept looking for Tepig despite barely being able to keep your spine straight. Seconds later, even sheer determination couldn't keep you from fainting. The powerful spores trailed through your nose, mouth, and body even faster now, it seemed. Soon, your entire organization was filled with the toxic dust. A mushroom-like Pokemon emerged from behind a lily-like flower and lifted its wrist with its weeds. Thick, golden liquid began flowing into its stem, leading into its mouth. Shiinotic had taken something from you even more precious than your Tepig. She took your life energy. Short number 2, the Scyther Song. Lurantis, a lonely Pokemon, always seeking someone to test its skill on, or just someone to get along with. But why can't it find anyone to talk to? There's nothing wrong with it. It's good-looking, powerful, and has a nice attitude to people and Pokemon it loves. The problem is, it lives deep in the lush jungle, where only one other Pokemon is found, Scyther. It is said that Lurantis follows Scyther's song out of loneliness and boredom each evening. But by the time they found the source, the song had already stopped and the Scyther disappeared. But our story focuses on one specific Lurantis, Lulu. Lulu was a young Fomantis when her trainer had caught her. She pet her, fed her Pokebeans, and played with her each and every day. They were best friends. Lulu's trainer always used her in battle. She would be her first choice each time. Lulu would always win battles for her wonderful owner. Her life was perfect. That is, until one day. Lulu was done with her smaller form. She had evolved into Lurantis. Lulu had thought her trainer would be so happy for her, and she was, at first. As the young trainer battled with her newly evolved Lurantis, she noticed that her speed had dropped by 30% at least. Her tankiness went up, but that's not what the cruel trainer wanted. No, to the owner, speed was everything. A slow Pokemon was a garbage Pokemon. Lulu was disappointed in herself. She expected to be sent to a box with all of her other Pokemon friends, which was saddening in itself, but Lulu wasn't prepared for what her awful trainer had in store for her. The next day, her trainer traveled deep into the lush jungle where she found Lurantis. She finally found what she had hoped to find, a Scyther nest. The human put a pager for her once beloved Lulu in the nest and walked back to the restricted entrance. She let out Lulu from her Pokeball and scurried away, smashing it into pieces on her way out. Lurantis was crying, desperate to apologize to her trainer for what she had done. So, like any loyal Pokemon, when Lulu heard her pager, she immediately traveled over as fast as possible. She was about to find out why her species was never meant to come in contact with Scyther. When Lulu entered the nest, she found the pager next to the note that a trainer had left. Have fun without a trainer, Miss Lulu Useless. The Scyther, aiming for a deadly attack, didn't even move. They must have sensed that Lurantis would soon die of sadness either way. Short number 3, Radiating Sadness, sequel to Shinotic Screams. Your eyes flickered open. How long have you been out? You weren't sure. You looked down, seeing your small Tepig clutched in your gray arms. It was sleeping still. Had Shinotic put you here? You tried to get up from the slimy ground to no avail. You felt like you were dead, but you could still see. Was this a punishment for what you did to Lulu? You tried to reach for your bag, but your Pokeballs were nowhere to be found. Until you looked behind you. You struggled to roll over, and when you finally did, a terrifying signal bounced into your brain. Before you was a giant, purple, dragon-esque Pokemon with green goo dripping from it. When it noticed you were there, it showed you that it had your Pokeballs. You gasped. The dragon lifted its short arm and grasped a tiny Pokeball that belonged to your victory bell. Tears rolled down your shocked face as the red-eyed Goodra swallowed your Pokemon whole. Was this what it felt like for Pokemon you actually cared about to die? The next Pokeball the evil Pokemon grabbed was your Lycanroc. Down it went into the monster's stomach, and down came more tears from your eyes. Next up was Serperior. You flinched and tried to get up, but it was no use. The snake Pokemon was long gone. The last two were your Minun and Plusle. You cried even more as the Goodra sucked them into its tongue. Finally, the Goodra stomped over to you. You stared into its eyes and began to feel sluggish, falling asleep instantly afterwards. The dragon looked at your frightened Tepig before biting into it. Tepig gasped and fell weary. The Goodra chomped harder and dissolved the fire pig. You lay unconscious on the ground, unaware of what happened. Short number 4, Tied Up. You hear a slight dripping in the distance. It feels damp, the area you're in, almost like a marsh cave. It was a cool temperature, though, unlike the other area. You took a deep breath in and was awoken by a tug coming from both your arms and legs. When your eyes drifted awake, you noticed that you were hanging on stalagmites and stalactites by ropes tied around your wrists and ankles. You looked down, noticing the beautiful, crystal-clear water that you were hanging above. Aside from being tied up, this place seemed heavenly, although it had a faint red glow to it. Moments later, a more pronounced red glow down a tunnel caught your attention. You looked down it, seeing red eyes against two beads connecting to something wrapped around another Pokemon. Just as the eyes lunged at the assuming target, your attention was resumed to your right. It was a Mimikyu, small and squishy, so cute for a ghost Pokemon. This Mimikyu seemed odd, though. It had glowing red dots where its eyes were meant to be placed. Me curse you, it whispered. When it left, you felt a searing pain in your head and chest. You began to sweat from it. Breathing heavy, a long, blue, snake-like Pokemon, almost like Serperior, emerged from the crystalline waters. Dragonair, it said in a high-pitched voice. It was adorably beautiful, but looks were deceiving. The beautiful dragon scooped you up out of the ropes with its beaded tail. Its eyes were glowing similarly to the Mimikyu. Your arms flopped out of the restraints like jelly, and your legs as well. You were squeamish but couldn't move. In the Dragonair's grasp, you stared at it and it stared at you. Suddenly, it opened its mouth, revealing its long, hidden fangs before it lunged at your neck. You smiled as the energy got drained from your body. When Dragonair let you go, it rolled you into the crystal-clear lake and you drifted off into assumingly heaven. Okay guys, so those are my stories, and they took like all day to make, so I hope you guys enjoyed them. And I stuttered a little bit because I got nervous. Yes, I will admit that the camera makes me nervous sometimes. Okay, there, I admitted it. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. And as always, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, ring that little bell, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!